Hi, Anshul.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So, when is your math exam?
Sir, it's on. One sec, let me check. Sir, it's on the 24th.
It's on 24th. Okay. 24. Oh, that's a Monday. Okay, fine then. So, yeah, I'll give you a problem. You can keep on solving that problem. And then we'll wait. Yeah. So this is the problem with no diagram. You have to draw the diagram.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Welcome, Arna. I have given a question. Please start doing that question. It's from circles or chord properties. So AB and CD are parallel chords. So you have to draw a circle with parallel chords of length 24 centimeter and 10 centimeter respectively, and lie on the same side of its center O. So that means it is on the semicircle. If I take it as two semicircle, it's on upper side or the down side. It might be like, but it should be on the same side. If the distance between the chords is 7 centimeter, find the radius of the chord. There's the question. Start doing first start drawing the diagram, and the diagram should look like this. The diagram should look like this with, tell this is A. So we have AB as one of the chord and CD as one of the chord. Both are parallel, lie on the same side. The distance between them is basically 7 centimeter that I have anyway shown here, and then the overall length is 24. The one more chord is 10. So we know the property. We have a circle, we have a chord. If from the center, if you draw, it will divide into two equal parts. So use that property and try and do this question. Let's see. So I'll give you 3 more minutes. It's difficult to do it in 3 minutes, but please try. Welcome, Nivedita. Please start doing this question. I've given the question and I've also shown how it looks. Start with the
Yes.
question. So we have two unknowns here.
Is it 8.366?
8.366. Let me verify. The answer is wrong. The radius of a circle you have to find. So it's not 8.6, 8.366. No, it's not. The answer is wrong.
Sir, is it 13 centimeters?
Yeah, 13 centimeter is the right answer. So I have two triangles here. See, this is one of the triangle. One of the triangle is bigger, but the catch is AO. AO is the radius, and here also CO is radius. Looks slightly bigger because I might have drawn it slightly differently, but however, that is the case. So AP, how much is AP equals to? AP is equals to BP is equals to 12. That is understood. So this is 12, and we don't know what is PO. Let us come to that afterwards. And the next part part of the thing is basically CQ. CQ is 5 centimeter. So CQ is 5 centimeter. So they have told us one more thing. The distance between the chords is 7. So basically we know this is 7. So if I take this as X, this is 7 plus X. I have two unknowns, but the radius is same. So R square equals to X square plus 12 square. So same R square is equals to X plus 7 the whole square plus 5 square. Equate R square equals to R square. You will get the answer. You will get the answer. From here, I think the solving part, you have to be like slightly careful. If you're careful, you will get the answer as, you'll get the value of X, by the way. You'll get the value of X. What is the value of X, Anshul?
Sir, it's 5. So after that, if you
5.
substitute, sir, 5.
5. Correct. I told it is correct. Yeah. We have to, like, we will get X as 5, then put it in this equation. So R is equals to root of 5 square plus, that is what, 25 plus 144. The answer would be around root of 169. The answer is 13.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got it.
So yeah, great. So yeah, I think we'll start with the next question. Next question, your way. Yeah. So AB and CD are two parallel chords of a circle such that AB is equals to 10, CD is equals to 24. If chords are on opposite sides of the center and the distance between them is basically 17 centimeter, find the radius. I'll give 4 minutes, be faster. I'll be giving 4 minutes, please find it faster. Whoever has the answer can tell me. Same type, nothing much is gonna change. Take one of the distance from the center as X. So the another one would be 17 minus X. Use that idea. This is R we know. AB is 5 we know. This one is 12 we know. So again equate for R. You will get the answer for X. Once you have the answer, please let me know. You have to have one answer for X and afterwards find answer for R. Let's see.
So is it 13 centimeter?
R is 13. Okay.
Yes.
What about X?
12.
R is, yeah, X is 12. Let's wait for one more person to get the answer.
So even I
Did
got
anybody?
them.
Great, Akshat. Yeah. Yeah. Where are you stuck? Anybody who is stuck somewhere? The equations are R square
Yeah,
is
still
equals to
doing
5.
it.
5 square plus X square. Yes, I understand. Yeah. Again, R square is equals to 12 square plus 17 minus X the whole square. Same method. 5 square plus X square equals to 12 square plus 7 minus X the whole square. So use the same method. Find X, and after which you can also find R. Okay, next question. The diagram is not so neat, so I have drawn the diagram myself. So yeah, this is the diagram. We'll also paste the question. Yeah. ABC is a triangle. AB is equals to AC is equals to 10 centimeter. AB, complete AB is basically equals to 12 centimeter. As that has been inscribed in the circle, find the radius of the circle. I'll redraw it to make it more clear. So we have a circle here, and we have a chord, and we have one more chord, and we have to understand that BC is basically 12, and obviously it should be after the diameter. The reason being the diameter won't be like 12 centimeter. Or anyways, they've given us the diagram, not to worry also. So 10, 10, this is 12, this is B, this is A, this is C, and this is this. Okay, we have to draw actually. We have to draw AO such that it touches M. So yeah, this is M. So and it is passing through center O. If that is done, this would become 6, and this would also become 6. Yeah, from here, please find the radius. What is AM equals to? Once that is done, you have to do one more idea of drawing one more small triangle here and try to find again by Pythagoras theorem to find BO. Then you will find the radius. Please try to find both. So AM square equals 10 square plus 66 square. 10 square plus 6 square. Sorry, it's minus 6 square. I'm wrong. So that would be 100 minus 36, which is 64. So AM is 8.
So the radius is 6.25 centimeter.
Okay, 6. Okay, got it. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, the answer is right. So again, BO is equals to root of, yeah, it is root of, right? Yeah, it is root of 12 square plus 6 square. No, 6 square plus 8 square. Is it 8? Complete one is 8. How much is it?
Yes, sir, it's 8.
No, AM is 8. AM complete is 8. What about the MO? I can take it as 8 minus R. So my try to take it as 8 minus R the whole square. This is also R. Find R from this. People who have not got it, please understand this one. I am taking it as 8 minus R. That's the key. I've taken this part as 8 minus R, and this is R. So it is R square equals to 8 minus R, the whole square plus 6 square, from which I'll find R. R is 6.25 centimeter. 25 meter, is it? Or centimeter? It is centimeter. Okay, next problem. Let's move on to the next problem. This is more easier than the previous one. Okay. Yeah. Seventh problem. The adjoining figure AB and AC are two equal chords of a circle with the center O. Show that O lies on the bisector of BAC. This is the question. Anyone with the answer? Just a proving kind of a question. You can be faster doing this.
Do you have to prove the congruency of OAB and OAC by SSS?
That's true. That's true. SSS postulate. If we to tell SSS, it will be like done. So AB and AC, they have told it is same. BO and OC is basically radius. This is the common side. So by which SSS postulate, we can tell it is congruent. And from there, I don't think there is anything stopping you to prove that it is equal. Okay. So next problem. This is actually one of the theorems, but they have not given it as a theorem, but they have given it as an example. So just moving it slightly up. Yeah. So two equal chords AB and CD of circle with center O produced to meet at point P. Show that in the given figure PA is equals to PC. Yeah, it's also simple, but you have to try slightly and then get the answer. Whoever has the answer can let me know. Anybody? Anyone with that answer? Who could do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Akshat.
Sir, I'm still doing.
Okay, did you get some idea?
Yes, sir.
Arna, you're getting it?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
So we know AL is equals to LB. We also know CM is equals to MD, and we also know overall CD is equals to AB. So these all things we know. We have anyways drawn a perpendicular here. So we can prove that triangle LBP is congruent to triangle OMP. We can prove it by taking the common side, and we also we can tell this is the distance. We know it is same, and we also have a 90 degree. So RHS postulate, I am using RHS postulate, I'm telling it's congruent. If I tell that is congruent, I can tell that LP is equals to MP. So for LP, if I add AL, because it's a common size, or it's a line which I can add, and for this one also PM, if I can add CM, that will end up being PA equals PC. It's a very simple problem, but you have to connect two, three things here and there to get the answer. So next problem. So this problem will end this chapter, and it's slightly more intense problem. So this is the question, and this is the diagram. Okay. Okay, don't think the textbook is slightly folded, so it's not so clear. So do it in that perspective. If two chords of a circle intersect, then prove that the segments are equal. You have to prove the segments are equal by proving BP is equals to CP and AP is equals to DP. You have to prove BP is equal to CP. AP is equals to DP. And it's a equal chords. Remember that. Yeah, you could get it? Someone?
Done, sir.
Okay. Yeah, what's the idea?
So if you say AL is equal to BL, it's equal to half AB, and DM is equal to CM is equal to half CD, because perpendicular from the center will bisect the chord in
Correct.
both cases. And
Correct.
from these two, we can get that AL is equal to DM and BL is equal to CM.
Correct. And everything is equal. Like AL is equals to DP as sorry DM as well, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because it's equal chords. Yeah.
And in right triangle OLP and OMP, we can say that OL is equal to OM because equal chords are equidistant from the center.
Correct. Perfect. OL is equals to OM. That's done.
OP is equal to OP because it's common.
Common.
Angle OLP is equal to angle OMP because both are 90 degrees.
90 degrees. By RHS postulate, I can tell this is congruent to this one. That will prove LP is equals to
MP by CPCT.
Yeah, MP by CPCT. Correct. So then I can tell now AP is equals to PD because we have AL which is equal to DM as well because it's all of equal. It's equal chords. It's divided into two. It's very simple in that sense. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What about
You can
yeah BP?
get BP is equal to CP.
Yeah. How did you
So
do
it's
that?
so BL minus LP is equal to CM
Minus. We have to use it minus. Correct. Correct. So BP, if I am taking, I have to tell it as tell AB minus AP, which is as which is simply equals to CP or EC. Very good. That's it. So this finishes the overall chord property problems, like all the important problems or all the kind of problems. I've tried to just try to find all the kind of problems and do all these kind of problems. That's it. What I have tried. Okay, so 1 second. So I am just even starting with the topic. Yeah. Okay. I'm moving on with next one. That is the arc properties. Okay, the first theorem. So we are concentrating on theorems very fast, and then we will move ahead with the problems. In equal circles, we have a equal circles here. If two arcs suspend equal angles at the center, they are equal. So basically, we have to prove that C dash is equals to D dash. That means this arc, basically this arc, whatever we are seeing, should be equal. So that they have taken a very simple idea. The idea is this is the radius and this is the degree. Maybe tell 23 degrees. So it will be same 23 degrees here, and even the radius is same. Then we have to prove C dash is equals to D dash. Thus, the textbook has taken a hypothetical method. So this theorem is not gonna come in your exam for sure because they tell you have to put one circle on the other and see and those things. That can be proven by two other things. That is from yesterday's. I had told yesterday L is equals to R theta, which is not required. Which is not required. It's not there in your textbook actually. But L is equal to R theta means radius into the angle of suspension. So L means arc length. The length of the arc is equals to the radius, which is same in the both the triangles, into theta. Theta is basically here in degrees, right? Convert into radius and try to multiply. That again, no need to worry about that. You'll be studying it in 11th and 12th standard. So we are multiplying that with theta. So when we multiply for both, the theta are same, even the radius are same. So it is equal. Second way of proving. Third way of proving is basically here I have done that. So if you want, take a very small subsection of the circle, very small subsection. So at some point of time, it would form a triangle kind of. Similarly, in a one more circle, take a very small subsection that will again form a triangle. So we know the angle of suspension is same, the radius is also same, by which by SAS postulate I can prove that both the triangles are basically are congruent, by which I can tell this small surface of arc is equals to small surface of arc. Okay, yes, there might be still thing telling okay it's a curved surface, but I'm taking very small part of it. Okay, so next property is converse of the first one. So we were telling that the arcs are equal. So here the arcs are equal, and if it is suspending with same angle, then the radius are equal, or ulta also I can tell. So I can tell if the arc is equal, and if it is the radius is equal, then I can tell the same angle is suspended. So that is with respect to converse theorem. So the third theorem, in the equal circles, the chords are equal, and they cut equal arcs, right? So this one, like if the chords are same here, if AB is equals to CD, then I can tell the arcs are same. So this arc is same, and even this arc is same, and moreover, even this angle is same. So we'll take a very typical situation where this can be proven, which is not given as an example in your textbook. but I am telling this because we will encounter these kind of questions. So imagine this is a circle and I have a chord like this, and there is one uh, suspension like this and one suspension like this, and I'm calling this as ABC, and I'm calling this ADC. I'm telling this angle as this angle. So ABC, can I tell ABC is equal to ADB, ADC? Anyone has a problem with this? Anybody who's not understanding? Okay, please understand. So it's equal chords. So it tells the equal chords can be from different circles or it can be from the same circles as well. So here we are taking same circles. So if the angle is suspended from the same chord or the equal chord, then this angle is same. So this angle is same. So that is what we have studied. And if it is getting suspended from like from the same chord, then the chord is same and equal for the other one as well, right? So by this, we will move on with the first problem. Yeah, so let's take this part. Okay, so let's move on with the first problem. Anybody who has a problem with this, who did not understand? I hope everybody understood. So this is this whole chapter is basically dependent on the property. Okay, first question. In the given figure, O is the center of the circle. AB is equals to BC. So you have to find the relationship between arc AB and arc BC. You have to give reasons as well. The relationship also you have to find. Be faster. Equal chords. We have a equal chords here. Yeah. Answer. Akshat, Arna, Anshul, or Nivedita. Anybody who wants to tell this answer?
So I can just try.
Yeah, please try fast. Yeah.
So equal arcs in a circle will make equal angles at the center.
Correct.
So chord AB is equal to chord BC, which will implies that arc AB is equal to arc BC and angle AOB is equal to angle BOC.
Correct. So we studied in the second theorem that it covers this equal arcs, which is that is what we studied. Okay, that was in a different page. So that simply tells arc AB is equals to arc BC. So the second theorem, if you see, it tells it covers equal arcs. So that's the theorem what you have to use. Okay, what about the second one, Nivedita? You told, but can you repeat again?
So I said using the same property, chord
Same
AB.
property.
Yeah.
So AO, yeah, correct. You're right. So AOB is an equal chords. We discussed one of the situation there. So this angle will be equal, irrespective of it being there, or it is. Imagine it is coming from D, AD, and imagine BD. We have something like BD. Again, in this situation, this angle again will be equal to this angle. Okay, just reminding you this can happen. So moving on to the next question. Yeah. So this is a very simple one. Please go ahead and do it. This I think will be a simply a warm up kind of a question. Yeah. Anybody with the answer? I think Arna or Akshat. Anyone who has the answer for this? This is a very simple question. Fast. Anybody? We have told that arc AB is equals to arc CD. Okay, we have to prove that. I'm very sorry. We have to prove that. We have O at the center parallel chord CD and CB. Yeah, CB is the diameter. That is what they have told. And they have also told it's parallel. You can see this line. This means it's parallel. So we have also drawn this. So we know this angle will be equal to this one. And it's a diameter. So from here to here, it will be radius, right? So obviously the sides are also same. Right. So then if I imaginarily try to join these two, which is again a transversal, I can tell this is vertically opposite angle and I can tell this is congruent. If it is congruent triangles, then AB will be equals to CD. If AB is equals to CD, we have studied that equal chords, then the arc will be equal. So arc AB will be equals to arc CD or BD in this case. Okay, CD, it is CD. Arc AB will be equals to arc CD. So anyways, this part of the arc is gone. So what is the other part of the arc left? So this is the part of the arc left and this is the part of the arc left. So it should be obviously equal because not only one side of the arc, the other side of the arc is also equal, by which I can tell arc AC is equals to arc BD. That's it. It's a very simple question. Okay, so
Sir, I did it in a
let's,
different way.
yeah, no problem. There are multiple ways, not to worry about it. Okay, fine. I'll give one more question. So let's see who can solve this question. Okay, this is the last kind of question which is possible, right? Yeah. You want to share what method did you use, Anshul?
Sir, so basically you join AC and BD. Now
Ah,
you get triangle AOC and BOD. In
congruent.
that first, CO equals BO because the radii of the circle.
Hmm,
Then AOC equals BOD, which is vertically opposite angles.
correct.
And now, when we drew AC and BD, since they're parallel because both of them are perpendiculars to CD and AB, so in that way, angle CAO is equal to angle BDO by interior alternate angles.
Correct. So you can do that as that method also. No problem. Any method is fine. Both the methods are right. So go ahead with this question. This is the last kind of a question. What is available that can be asked? It's a cyclic quadrilateral. What we have, and we have AB is equals to BC is equals to CD. So that's a key. What should be used? It's a quadrilateral at the end of the day. It's a cyclic quadrilateral. So keep that in mind. You have to recognize cyclic quadrilateral. I'm very sorry. We have a pentagon kind of a structure here. Okay, I gave this question. Is it? Okay, sorry. I was talking about different question. But anyways, you can draw this, you can find this question and tell me the answer. You have to prove diagonal AC is equals to BD. Yeah, anybody with the answer? Opposite sides are equal. AB is equal to CD. So AB is equal to CD, that is given. You have to prove the diagonals. To prove the diagonals are equal. So tell you have to prove BD is equals to AC. Yeah, anybody with the answer? Think slightly in a different way. So we have AB here, we have CD here, which is drawn. Also look at it in a different angle. Even CB is a chord. It is also a chord. So by that property, I can tell this angle is equals to this angle. I discussed this property when we started. So this is a slightly tricky thing what this chords might have. So you are there. Your concentration is on AB and CD, but you should also concentrate on this BC because that will prove this is equal to this. And by again, the other part of it you can use and tell this is equals to this. And you have ASA postulate. By ASA postulate, I can simply prove these two triangles are congruent, by which I can prove that AO or AO is equals to CO. I can prove AO is equals to CO. So now I have to prove diagonal AC is equals to CD. How will we prove that? So if I prove this is equal to this, I can also prove this, the other thing is equal to the other side. Okay, that is slightly different. Anybody who has the answer for this? It's slightly tricky. Anybody who has answer? No one? Akshat?
No, sir.
No? Okay, see this. This is equal to this. That is understood.
Yes, sir.
And second part is this is equal to this.
Yes, sir.
And we know this is equal to this.
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is the third angle is equals to this. Now tell me which side is equal. That is what you missed. So that is why I again rearranged the overall thing. So this is O. Which side is equal? So now we understood that by ASA postulate, these two is congruent. There is no doubt with respect to that. But CP/CTC, how will you apply? That's important. What all sides are equal? Can you tell me? CP/CTC, please apply CP/CTC. Nivedita, what all sides are equal?
So DC and BA.
DC and BA, they are equal. That has been given itself. That
Sir,
has
is
been given.
AO equal to OD?
AO equals, yes, AO equals to OD. That's the right one. AO is equals to OD and
CO equals to
OC. Yeah, OC is equals to or CO is equals to BO. Now see this. Now if I see the complete diagonal, it imagine this is X and this is Y. So the complete diagonal BD is X plus Y. Similarly, what is the diagonal AC X plus Y? If you don't see it very carefully, what will happen? What you will think is this and this is equal. You will think this X and Y will be equal. You will think, but that's not the case. The one part of the thing that is DO is equals to OA. That's the catch. Now I can tell BD is equals to AC. Is that fine now? People, is
Yes.
that fine? The diagonals is what we have to find it as equal. So this is the thing. So okay, the third chapter. So I'm going for the third chapter, which is slightly bigger chapter actually. That is trigonometry. Okay, so we have other chapters in between, but I just thought trigonometry I'll start with. Who like trigonometry and who doesn't like trigonometry? Huh? Calculus, new part of the thing. What people will be there. Okay, so it will be a long lecture. So just sit back and try to hear. So trigonometry is a part of mathematics and largely called as calculus, which will come in your 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th and 12th. And if you take your sciences, it will come till wherever you study your sciences. And it is applied for only right angle triangle. So in a right angle triangle, the opposite side is called as hypotenuse. We know that part of it. And when we have an angle, so the angle can be anywhere. Okay. And when I tell angle, I represent it in the form of theta. So here in this, I'm taking this as an angle. So tell BAC is an angle. So I'm taking BAC as an angle. Okay. For this BAC angle, please remember for this BAC angle, BC is opposite angle. Sorry, opposite side. If this is opposite, the leftover side is called adjacent. We know all this part of it. Understood. The second one is we have to know Pythagoras theorem. We know Pythagoras theorem. So AC square is equals to AB square like BC square, that we know anyways. The next thing, trigonometric ratio. So in trigonometric ratio, we have lot of trigonometric ratio starting with sine. So sine theta is told as opposite divided by hypotenuse. Similarly, what is cos told as? Anybody? Adjacent by hypotenuse. What about tan is told as? Tan is told as sine theta divided by cos theta, which is also called as opposite divided by adjacent. This is the minimum thing. You also have converse of this, which is called as cosecant, which is converse of sine. We have secant, which is converse or inverse. I'll tell. Sorry, I'm using converse. Inverse of cos, and we have also tan, which is reciprocal of. We have cot, which is reciprocal of tan. Right. So I think you know till here. That's again understood. Now the next point is the trigonometric ratio. You have lot of trigonometric ratios which you have to prove. The first one what I am giving you to prove is sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. So please prove this question. Prove that sine square theta is equals to cos square theta is equals to 1. How to prove this question? Anyone? Take a right angle triangle and tell it as ABC. Mark something as theta. You can take up or down. That doesn't really matter. So this is theta. From here, I'll give 2 minutes to prove to prove this question. So okay, till then, Arna, can you tell what is sine theta in this case?
AB by AC.
Okay, sine theta is AB by AC. That is right. Yeah, Anshul, can you tell what is cos theta?
So BC by AC.
Yeah, BC by AC. Correct. So now can you find sine square theta, which is just squaring both. So AB square by AC square. So cos square theta is BC square by AC square. So now add both. What do we get, Nivedita, when we add both? What is the answer we get when we add both?
So, not sure.
Add both, like, okay, fine, no problem. The denominators are same. So when the denominators is AC square, it is the same denominator. So when the denominators are same, what do we do? 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. What is the answer, Nivedita? So the denominator is same. So I can simply add the numerator. The answer is half plus half is 1. Similarly here 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 by 2 answer is 1 again, right? So it will be AB square plus BC square. So what is AB square plus BC square? Akshat?
Sir, AB square plus BC. So you'll get AC square is equal to AB square
Correct.
plus BC
So
square.
AB square plus BC square is AC square again by Pythagoras theorem. That is why I wrote Pythagoras theorem here. Okay. So yes, so it will be AC square is equal divided by AC square. Answer is 1. So we proved that one of the ratios or identities, this is called as an identity, sine square plus cos square is equals to 1. So we have other identities as well that we can find from this itself. So divide the whole thing by sine square theta. So if I divide this by sine square, it will be 1. If I divide this, it will be cos divided by sine. Cos divided by sine is cot square theta. 1 divided by sine square, it will be cosecant square theta. Similarly, if I divide the same equation, by cos square theta, sine by cos will be equals to tan square theta, plus cos square by cos square will be 1. 1 by cos square will be secant square theta. These are the 3 important trigonometric ratio which you have to know. Okay, fine then. So once we know this question, so we have to move in with finding the answers for few questions. I am asking, I'll be giving one question for everybody. Please solve this question very fast. Yeah, so this is the question. So we have 6 questions. So we'll pick 4 out of that. So third question for Anshul. Third question for Anshul. Second question for not this one. Okay, let me give this for Arna. And the next question for Nivedita. And tan A for Akshat. Once you guys have your answers, please let me know one by one.
So cosec C will be 13/5.
Cosecant C, yeah. Cosecant C, can you tell how does it look? So my pro tip for everybody is always draw a diagram. So ABC, so B is making 90-degree ABC. So what's your answer?
13/5.
13/5. Okay,
AC by AB. Hypotenuse
got
by
it.
perpendicular.
Yeah, so it is 13 and AB is 5. So what will be BC?
BC is 12.
Okay, BC is 12. Thank you. So we have
Sir,
taken theta with respect to C.
So
Uh,
tan A is 12/5.
yeah, one by one.
Sorry.
So secant is 13/5, right? So yeah, okay. Second question, second answer.
Tan A is 12/5.
12/5. That's right. Next, yeah, next answer. Arna.
Cot C is 12/5.
Cot C is also 12/5. Yeah, that's right. What about Anshul?
sir, 1.
Okay, you got the answer as 1. Okay. That was actually this one actually. Here only you can see cot square. If I want 1, I have to send the cot square the other side. So cosecant square minus cot square. It can be A, but it should be like the theta and theta should be same. That's it. If that is again satisfied, I think no need to worry about any other thing. Okay, fine then. So let me give one more question. I just have the snaps of the textbook, so the textbook snaps are not so great. So you have to bear with that. The theta is a acute angle such that sine theta is equals to √3/2. Find the value of cosecant theta plus cot theta. Everybody should try and do this question. Everybody should try and do this question. Be faster. There can be like n number of questions asked, but I'm just doing like few sample questions. Let's see who will get it faster. Draw the diagram, pro tip, which will help a lot.
Sir, is the answer √3?
The answer is √3. Okay, let's see. Anybody with any other answer? So is BC 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it's
Cosec
√3.
Yeah, cosecant theta is nothing but just the reciprocal of the sine. So it is 2/√3. The cot is nothing but 1/tan. So cot theta is adjacent, that is 1/√3.
1/√3.
Yeah, so I have to add both. So
You'll
it will
get
be
3/√3.
yeah, 2 plus 1/√3, 3/√3. I can stop here as well, or if I can expand 3 as √3 into √3. So my answer would be √3 into √3 divided by √3. Answer would be √3. Yeah. Next question. Hope Arna, you got this. How to do?
Yeah.
Nivedita?
Yeah.
Okay, fine then. So let's move on with the next question. Phi tan theta is equals to 4. You have to find the value of phi sine theta minus 3 cos theta, phi sine theta plus 3 cos theta. Okay, whoever knows can go ahead and solve this question. Whoever don't know, you can listen to the thing. So I'm taking this as theta. So I'm taking ABC. So 5 tan theta is equals to 4. I'm writing it as tan theta is equals to 4/5. 4 is nothing but opposite divided by adjacent. So opposite is 4, adjacent is 5. So AC square will be equals to 4 square plus 5 square. 4 square is 16, 16 plus 25, which is AC square. So 16 plus 25 is 41. So AC is equals to root of 40. From here, I can find what is sine theta. Theta is 4 by 41. Sorry, sine theta is 4 by 41. What is cos theta? Cos theta is 5 by 41. Root 41. 5 by root 40. Put it in this given question. You will get your answer. There are other ways also. You can go with any other way. No problem. Yeah, anybody with the answer? So it's 2015. Okay, so root 41 will get cancelled. So it is 20 minus 15 divided by 20 plus 15, which is 5 divided by 35. Anybody who has any different answer? Anybody who has any different
So the
answer?
question again.
Yeah, you want the
Please
question
say the
again?
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
The answer should be 1 by 7. Anybody who has got 1 by 7 can raise your hands, or maybe tell directly that you have got it.
So I got 1 by
Yes,
7.
even I got it.
Great. Okay, so I'll also. What about others? Arna and Anshul.
So
Yeah,
I
even
got
I
it.
got it.
Great. So next one, I'm going to ratios. How to find trigonometric ratios of 45 degrees, 60 degrees, and those stuff. But I'm not like literally concentrating on how to find it because the textbook anyways tells that. But I'll concentrate on how to write the standard angle table. Okay, so I'm concentrating on standard angle table where you write for 0 degrees, 30 degrees. That becomes a by-hearting thing. Most of the students struggle in that thing. So I'll be explaining that. So for that explanation, I'll be using only for sine theta. So if you know how does a sine wave look, anybody who can tell how does a sine wave look? What is a sine wave, by the way? Anyone? One. Okay. So you have studied sound in your physics. So sound basically is a natural wave. So like when I'm talking, there is some sound which is coming out of it. So this sound should travel in the form of two things. One as a particle, one as a wave. So particle in the sense, like example, if I have this pen, if I'm trying to hit it, so it's actually a particle which is trying to hit, right? So it's creating some kind of a vibration. Similarly, my sound is also creating a vibration, and that will form in the form of waves. And most of the times, it follows natural waves. So when you tell natural waves, it should be in the format of sine waves. Most of the natural waves, don't simply assume that all the natural waves, most of the natural waves are in the form of sine waves. So I think you know how does this look, right? Similarly, in electricity, you would have studied that how does a AC current looks, right? It looks like this. We understood. But this is called as, these kind of waves are called as sinusoidal waves. That means it follows sine functions. It follows sine functions. So what do we know sine as? Sine as opposite by hypotenuse, but don't always assume that, okay, it's a triangle. In a triangle, it should be there, no problem. But sometimes it can be out of that as well. So we have few standard angles. One is 0 degree, one is 30 degrees, one more is 45, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. Now, how to remember what is the value of everything? So I'm just telling how to remember. So I'm drawing one cycle of the sine wave. So I'm drawing from this point to this point. So this point, it starts with 0 degrees and ends with 180 degrees. Please understand, 0 degree starts and ends with 180 degree. This center point would be obviously half of this, which is 90 degree. Any doubts with this? Anybody? No.
No, sir.
I'm assuming there is no doubts. Now, this highest point, I am calling it as the maximum value it can reach. I'm telling it as 1. I am only telling it directly. It's only 1. It can't go more than 1. Next, if I take correctly half of this, what is the half of this in the x-axis?
So 45 degrees.
45.
Yeah, it will be 45 degrees. Now I am taking two other condition, that is 15 degrees slightly on the other side, 15 degrees slightly on the other side. And I'm trying to draw how does it look on the y-axis. So I'm drawing for x. If you see, I'm drawing for x like this, I'm drawing for 60 degrees because 60 degrees is my standard angle here. So I'm drawing for 60 degree and this is my 30 degree. And I'm drawing for this lines. And I'm trying to join these lines and see what is the value I might get it on the y-axis. If I see this is hands down, close your eyes, you can tell it's half. It's correctly dividing both into same thing. So sine 0, this point of the thing is 0, which I told. And I told to assume the highest value as 1. So it is reaching 1. But sine 30 is reaching only half. So it is 1 by 2. Next. So if I tell it is 0.5. And if you see there is a significant gap between this and this might not be 0.6 because after 0.5 I have to get 0.6. After that it will be 0.7. So this point exactly touches at 0.707. So the point here what it is touching is 0.707. And if you have to write it in the format of tell P by Q, in the format of P by Q, it is 1 by root 2. It is 1 by root 2. Next one. If you see again, it is 0.7 and again there is a significant gap between these two and it is near to 0.9 but it is lesser than 0.9 as well. It is near to 0.9 but it is greater than 0.8 and when we see it, we get the answer as something with respect to root 3 by 2. We get it as root 3 divided by 2. When I calculate, the answer is 0.866. It is near to 9. I told you it is near to 9. It is 0.866. Nothing but this is root 3 by 2. As simple as that. This is how the sine wave looks. Now, and this is how I write for standard angle. Cos theta, I have to write it ulta. Every time when I tell ulta, my students ask, why? Why should we write it ulta? There should be some reason, right? Yes, there is a reason. As I told, the sine wave looks like this. And if you see how does a cos wave looks like this. Exactly like sine, but 90 degree displaced. 90 degree displaced. So if sine wave is starting from here, cos wave will start from this point. From here it will start. That is cos wave. So what will happen here? If you see, this will be 0 for that cos wave, and this will be the 90 degree. And if you see, now all makes sense. Everything makes sense. 45 should be obviously the same value as 0.7. So it is, if you see, cos 45 is 1 by root 2, which is 707. And the other things are following. As simple as that. Now from here, no need to remember anything. If you know only sine, I can write cos because just a ulta I am writing. Now tan, I am also writing tan. Tan is nothing but sine by cos. So I have to write divide 0 by 1. 0 by 1, anybody who has an answer for this? 0 by 1? What is 0 by 1? 0 by 1 is 0.
Undefined, right?
Undefined. There is a okay. Next, any
So
other
it's
answer?
0.
It is 0. Yes, it is 0. 0 by 1 is 0. Okay. If you want, you can use your calculator to find 0 by 1. You will get the answer as 0. But if you do 1 by 0, you will get it as not defined. Please don't jump at me when I tell not defined. Like, how can it be not defined, right? So basically, not defined for now. When you go to the next other standards, it becomes infinite or infinity. At this point of time, we are not defining that infinity itself. So we are calling it as not defined. Next, 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2. 1 by 2 divided by root 3 by 2 is 1 by root 3. Next, 1 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 is 1. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2 is root 3. Very simple. We are done with everything. Now we have to do cosecant, secant, and secant and cot. That I know you will do it, but I will still do it very faster. Because let this be for reference. So it is 1 by sine. So it is 1 divided by 0. 1 divided by 0 is not defined. And write reciprocal of this, reciprocal of this, reciprocal of this. 1 divided by 1, which is 1. Next, 1 divided by 1 is 1. Or you can simply write ulta of cos. Simple. So next one, root 2, this will be the same value, this will be the same value. 1 divided by 0 is not defined. Now there is one controversial thing. Why did I make a disclaimer not defined? It will become infinity, because to be on the safer side, I wanted to be on the safer side. So I made that statement. I'll tell why. Now again, 1 by tan is not defined because 1 by 0 is not defined. So here in this case, it is root 3. 1 by 1 is 1 itself. This will be 1 by root 3. Here comes the controversial thing. What is 1 divided by not defined? Anybody? Anybody? Who can tell? 1 divided by 0, we understood it's not defined. What is 1 divided by not defined?
So 0.
It should be 0. Next one. Any other answers? The answer is 0. The answer is 0 actually. Okay, this is the overall table. What you have to remember on this, there is one more exercise what we have to do that we'll do it in the next coming class, which is tomorrow. But remember this table and come. And coming on to this 1 by not defined, I'll take like 2 minutes. Let us finish this and then leave. So if I tell 1 by 0 is not defined, how do we tell it is not defined? I'm telling not defined is nothing but infinite. So if I take 0, 0 can, like I'm assuming a very small value. Tell 0.000000000000001, which is effectively equal to 0, right? So I'm assuming that one. So if I'm assuming like this, 1 divided by so many zeros and 1, the number is so big. So I tell something like trillion or more than that, right? So very big number. So I'm telling, so tell 10 to the power of 100, which is nothing but a very big number, which we call it as indefinite, or it is infinity, we call it as. So this is how 1 by 0 will be equals to infinity. Ulta 1 by infinity, meaning it's a very big number. Obviously, when I have 1 by 1000 itself, I get like 0.000001. If it is a very big number, obviously it will be very near to 0. So I can tell it as 0. This is how you can remember, because you will not be using a calculator in your class, in your examination. Okay, so these all small doubts can come in your examination. Clear it out in your house itself, so that it will help you a lot. Okay, by this we'll end today's class. In the next class, we'll be finishing the trigonometric ratios and we'll be going to the next other chapters, whatever the things are. Okay, fine. So hope you enjoyed the class. We'll meet in the next class. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir.